Hey, how's it going? I'm just gonna do a quick video update, I guess. Haven't done one in a couple of weeks, so a couple of things I wanted to talk about. Well, first of all, I guess it's been a little over 8 weeks that I've been on T now, and as far as changes go, there haven't been a ton. I guess my face shape has changed a little bit. People have been recognizing that my voice is a lot deeper lately, and say that they wouldn't have recognized my voice and things like that. So. Um, Besides that, my appetite has totally increased. Um, I can, like, the same types of things that I used to eat. I can eat the entire plate now instead of leaving half of it, and will be hungry again in 2 hours. So, um, oh, I had a doctor's appointment for my blood test to be done, check my levels and stuff like that. And when they weighed me, I gained 13 pounds in the last 7 weeks, and I weigh more than I've ever weighed before. Luckily, I think the majority of it is muscle, so that's good. What else? I mean, more hair, I guess. My happy trail, like up towards my chest now, is getting a little bit darker. My leg hair is filling in even more. I didn't think that was possible since I was pretty hairy before, but it has. Um, my face shape is a little bit different. I don't know if anybody else has had this issue, but I feel like I hardly have any energy. Like I feel like I'm constantly tired, and I don't know if, like, I think about, like, when I went through puberty before, and as a teenager, like, I slept a lot, or I'd sleep in until 11 or 12. Um, Things like that. I just kind of feel like maybe it's a matter of puberty and um, kind of growing pains, and just need more sleep and need more food, and I don't know. So anyway, if anybody else has had that same experience, it'd be awesome to know. Um, Besides that, I guess this week, like, one of the themes that I've realized for this week has been the idea, or the question of, like, have you ever really seen me? And what I mean by that is, if you've known me for a while, if you've, people that knew me a long time ago, the people that really see me and really have gotten me and really care, to get to know me genuinely, are the people that are the most accepting, because there's not really much of a difference, in who I am today versus who I was 13 years ago or 20 years ago or whatever. Um, I hung out with my old college roommate the last couple of days. She came down to visit, and that was really cool. Um, she was the last person on my group of friends in college that I came out to that I was gay. And the reason why that was because I was concerned that she wouldn't, be accepting. And consistently, she's the one. She's actually the one out of the three people that I told in college that, she's the only one that's still in my life. And I totally respect her, and the fact that she has really seen me and she really gets me, and she doesn't treat me any different than she, she always has. So I really appreciate that. Also, I guess a couple of weeks ago now, like, I called my ex-boyfriend, from when I was 16. I decided that I should be the one to call him and let him know what was going on as far as transition goes, so that he wouldn't find out from someone else, since it's kind of a small area, and he may find out at some point. So um, I wanted to give him the opportunity and the choice that he could make of whether or not he wanted to be in my life. So I left him a message, and tried to make my voice as girly as I possibly could, and said my old name and things like that. And he called me back, and we had a good conversation, and he opened up to me about stuff that's going on in his marriage and things like that. And then he asked me, like, why I decided to come home. And so I was like, well, there's actually a reason why I was calling you. Do you have time to talk now, or do you want to get together? And he was like, no, I have time. So I basically told him that I was going to tell him that I had a cold, but really I started testosterone 7 weeks ago, and that's why my voice is different. And explain things, and I sounded really stupid because I was so nervous. But it was one of the hard, like, I think it was harder to tell him than it was to tell my parents. Considering, he's the guy that I lost my virginity to, my first love, and all of that kind of stuff. Like, he was the football player when I was 16, and we dated for a year, and, all of that kind of stuff. But anyway, so after I told him, he was just like, well, I know you've been struggling with this for a long time, and I just want you to be happy, and I really loved you back then, and, that's what real love is about, is wanting somebody to be happy, and, just because you're changing genders doesn't take away from what a wonderful person you are. Just crazy, crazy supportive, and just the guy that I've always known him to be. And the fact that he really saw me and got me back then, and that I was genuine with who I was, even though I had long hair. I dressed very similar to how I dress now, and he said he was never uncomfortable with me, and he's just so secure in his masculinity, and in some respects I aspire to be something like him, so that was really cool. Yeah, I don't know. My dad's totally seen me, my godmother, even though she's my godmother, is one of the people that really gets me. Even though we don't talk that often after, a couple of years and whatnot. Just the support that I find from people who are genuine, and that I've been genuine with. And I think that that's what it's all about. The people that you can be honest with and you can be yourself with are going to accept it in general, because they know the core of you, and the core is not changing. There are slight differences in personality that come in this process. I can't cry anymore. I haven't cried in 2 months, and I used to be a little bit more emotional.